Before the stream begins, I would like to tell you that no drama, no expose me, and no having dramas, and no making anger issues at me. And do not yell at me, or else, if you don't, I will not allow you to do so. So, anyways, that's it. So let's get started. Thank you, Gresley and G, the British Railway fan, for a good introduction. Right. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the very special stream. And today we're going to talk about one of the most famous steam locomotive has ever built, the Flying Scotsman. Hello there. So, but before we do so, let's take to some name. But you have to learn how did the Flying Scotsman got saved from revenue service to this day. So let's see that. So let's get started with the story. February 24th, 1923. At Doncaster, the new engine has been arrived from the formerly new London and North Eastern Railway. It's for an express engine. It's for using for an express passenger main line over the East Coast main line for using for an express runs from London to Edinburgh route. And this one, the engine was rolled out of the factory with an engine number 1472. It was an locomotive of the Gresley A1s, the third in line. So yes, these engines are the third in line because these engines are the good ones. So these engines are intended to run the express passenger run on the main line. So it was an engine that got never named, but also the engine has finally got itself a name. And also, the name Flying Scotsman was revealed. Hello there, Benny.
Hello there.
Yes. So let's talk about the Flying Scotsman, right?
Ah, yes, the Flying
Yes.
Scotsman.
Yes.
He's actually one of the most famous engines after all.
Yes,
And
it
by the
is.
way, if you want me to
Yes.
play his whistle, then okay then.
So, yes. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
Okay, okay.
So, in 1924, something amazing, something and important has to do with Flying Scotsman. There's a British Empire exhibition at Wembley. So, everyone was planning a brand new exhibition. The British Empire exhibition was all being formed. It's truly, you need to see this.
For an exhibition to show off the fruits of empire. A year later, on the 23rd of April 1924, King George V and Queen Mary arrive at the brand new Empire Stadium. Later, it will be renamed Wembley Stadium. For the first time ever, the BBC's fledgling radio service broadcasts the King speaking.
To come here today with the Queen for the purpose of opening the British Empire exhibition.
He has encouraging words for the Empire's future.
No one could doubt actual and potential of the Empire and how they can best be developed and utilized.
And so,
Visitors can tour thousands of exhibits.
yes, they control thousands of exhibits. And what's important, Benny, is the Flying Scotsman. So yeah. So yes,
Mhm.
they have for the British Empire exhibition. So yes. So you never see this. Wait, wait. All right. Here it is. Here it is.
Yep.
Okay, I just
Cool.
because
Hmm?
you notice in 19 exhibition at Wembley. What's importantly, there it is. Here we go. This is what the Flying Scotsman looked like for the British Empire. It was named Flying Scotsman, named after the 10 a.m. clock of the London to Edinburgh route. As you can see there, they used and it become an ecstatic exhibit. And also, happens into this very day, he will become the most famous steam locomotive of all time. Years late, after the exhibition, Flying Scotsman had to use some original duties. But there's a slightly problem. The A1s, like Flying Scotsman, needed this is speed. But also, Cressley, being as a mechanical engineer, has a bright idea. And so they did. He introduced an A3. Cressley had rebuilt some of these A3s, no, this A1s into an A3s. So yes. And so what's more is they needed special trains. They needed a London to Edinburgh service routes because they needed the non-stop runs from London to Edinburgh. So why did they have to do this? So well, the answer is that you need a corridor tender. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what they had to do? Well, during the non-stop run, they needed a corridor tender. While they need to use this, while the crew during the non-stop run has to switch crews. They had to change once, so they had to cross through the tender into the footplate and right here, so the crew can change it while they're traveling. And this one, most importantly, it needed 8 water troughs. Why? Because they need
Hmm?
8 water troughs.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hmm. Something is going on. No!
Not to worry. Not to worry.
Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry. It's just
Right.
that I
So
was laughing. Sorry. You can
yes,
continue.
yes, it's yes, sir, like I'm sorry. Right. I was saying on later on May the 1st, 1928, Flying Scotsman make a historic trip. He made a
Sorry to play that whistle quick.
long and so they did. And so what's more importantly, the Flying Scotsman became a Hollywood star. And so yes, he really became a Hollywood star in featuring the 1929 film The Flying Scotsman. So yes. And so, wait. So this is all right. There we go. And look, just this is a movie. And and it features Pauline Johnson, a heroine of the film, using 447 to Flying Scotsman, and they use this for the lurker. Anyway, this is how it happens. That's Pauline Johnson. She's a heroine of the film. You can see. You see? You see that? He appeared in the most Hollywood films that will become here a true movie star. Yep. So that's right. He's a famous locomotive at that time. So, anyways, he's the locomotive. So, so even 5 years later, Flying Scotsman made a big historic books or histories, I think. On November 30th, 1934, Flying Scotsman had made a test run with local driver Bill Sparshot on the regulator. And also, while during the test run, he made it something enormously. He was an engine to be the first locomotive to reach 100 miles per hour. And yet, he is the very first locomotive to reach 100 miles an hour. Plus, Flying Scotsman was still a flagship of this. Notice. this is how we this is how Flying Scotsman looked like during the days. Look, this is how Flying Scotsman looks like. This is in 1928, but it's a famous locomotive, and it was a flagship of this. And in that one, he will become a legend. So after that, he was making a the A Force came along because the A Force are beginning to make replacing with the premier passenger locomotives, but also in in July 3rd, 1938, Mellor took the crown because he had reached 126 miles an hour. And Flying Scotsman itself, well, it's no longer a flagship anymore. Why? Because Mellor took the crown of speed. Well, you notice Flying Scotsman was named after a famous train. So, yes. Hey, Diego.
Hey, Petey. So I'm doing better.
Yes, and guess what?
What?
I will not allow Alex to come to my stream. I refuse. Yes. So, let's continue with this stream. Right. So, Flying Scotsman was no longer a flagship of the LSR. Why? Because Malak took the crown. But happens in 1939 when World War II broke out, and Flying Scotsman was being painted in wartime black into 502, but later renumbered to 103. After World War II had ended it, because Flying Scotsman was painted into an Edinburgh apple green livery into 103. In 1948, British Railways was being created.
Yeah.
So, Flying Scotsman was but so the engine was all working harder than ever before. Even so, Flying Scotsman was all working hard, but until 1960, until the early he continues with that until the early 1960s. But and that's what will happen next in 1963.
Hey, Petey.
Not right now, Diego. Let's continue with this one. Wait.
No, it's something related about Scotsman.
Yes, yes, yes.
So Christopher Kovacs and his friends and Jim Vanderkolk, they did a and the rest of the Cylinder Cox gang, they did a video on the top. He mentioned Flying Scotsman as number 4 on his top 20 favorite steam locomotives, because this locomotive is one of the most famous steam locomotives ever in the world.
And in the history.
Yes, it is. But right, on to the next one. The
Yeah.
60s have started to swing, and so the new technology, even so, the greatest ones are on this one. And the more technologies, and the pop groups called the Beatles was taking the country's by storm. And on British Railways, however, an era was coming to an end. But also, the Flying Scotsman, well, he's not gonna be scrapped. Not really. Why? On the 14th of January 1963, the engine was being purchased by a businessman named Alan Pegler. Why? Because he saved the Flying Scotsman. It's just a historic look. This is his last run.
Meanwhile, Flying Scotsman is
Hey, Petey.
eagerly
Oh.
awaited at King's, and so go to the platform here and express and to be greeted by a crowd of several hundred.
Please.
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
who are
You know what? I'm gonna take my field trip with us tonight.
Hey, Petey. Hold on.
Yes, Jaeger?
Hold on. Oh, this is the wrong cord. Like, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Petey. So,
So, after he's been purchased by Alan Pegler, he was being painted into an LNER apple green livery. So yes, he was being painted into an LNER apple green livery, and also to be preserved. And what's more importantly, he will become a sole survivor of the eighth race. But not only that, but also, in popular culture, Flying Scotsman has appeared in the Railway series because it was Gordon's brother. You know that, Diego? You know it? Because it's Gordon's brother.
I'm alright, Petey. I just have to get
yes. He was Gordon's
just have
I
brother.
might have to get going.
charger because my
I
phone's
might have to
dying.
get going. I'm so sorry, PD, but hey, I'm so sorry, PD, if I have to go. But hey,
Hey, Petey,
at least I got
let's do
something
that
to say.
message to Alex. Petey,
Okay,
you say disgraceful. I say disgusting, and Benny says despicable. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We
I'm gonna
just
say
got puzzled.
it,
So
but right. I would say so. Right.
about Scotsman.
Years
Scotsman was
later, Flying Scotsman has appeared in the 1960s. It becomes Hall of Fame by holding lots of rail tours. So indeed, it's just like a historical look. All right. Look, that's the Flying Scotsman.
Where's Scotsman? Well, I know Scotsman pulled a few passenger trains, but she was later entered into excursion service.
So yes, but
Hold on.
years later, but also what happened in 1968? He recreated the very first non-stop run from London to Edinburgh route. Oh,
Benny.
sorry, Benny. Because
Yeah?
oh yes, sorry.
Benny, all right,
No.
Benny, I'm gonna do this. We have to do this.
Oh, okay.
Petey, you say disgraceful. I say disgusting. And Benny says despicable. All right, Petey, you set up 1, 2, 3.
All right. It's disgraceful.
Disgusting.
Right.
Despicable.
Hey, Benny, you're the Henry of my series.
Huh? Oh, Henry, huh?
Is he your brother or cousin?
A friend, actually. Oh, should I? I mean, me and Henry were actually built to the same date as well.
So are y'all like older brothers or older cousins or younger brothers or younger cousins?
Well, Henry's older.
So
and I was before I was built before Henry because there was actually two of us. Anyways, I have to get going. I'm so sorry.
All right, see you, Benny.
Anyway,
All right.
Bye bye.
See you, Benny. All right. So what happens in 1968? He recreated the very first non-stop run from London to Edinburgh route. So yes, Adam Pegler had made the big decision, and so yes, it uses a historical trick. Look, just take a look. Here's lines, and this is Lawrence Scotsman in 1968. Recreating the very first non-stop run from London to Edinburgh route. And and look at this.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
All right, here it is.
Hey, that's Adam's whistle.
Yes, I know. All right, but so yes, yes. So Flying Scotsman made a very good time with this because Edinburgh today, tomorrow the world, because Flying Scotsman is taking a tour to America. In 1969, Alan Pegler decided to take Flying Scotsman to the United States, but before they had to do shipping, they need some modifications to Scotsman. Why? Because United in the US, they need some habitats and according to law, they needed some of these styles because you notice in the America they have to use this ones. So yes, so Flying Scotsman has to do some modifications, as you can see there. Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. So, Iris, they to do so, they needed to add some cow catchers. So if there's some stray animals on the track, so they need some warning bells to do when anyone on your coming, and yet they need some bright headlight to let anyone in the dark. And right here is a quitting whistle. That's how the American standards are because Flying Scotsman went on the tour, even though it with Southern Railway 4501. You know
Wow.
that?
Hold on. Let me get. Oh, here's the America. Here's
Out here,
American
you do
Scotsman.
not believe it.
And she went one
Yeah,
better,
yes,
or
because
worse if you're a pessimist, by also being fitted with an American whistle on the right side of her smoke box. But I can see why others wouldn't like this as much as how Refton looked when she was Americanized. Scotsman's bell was off-centered on the pilot, her headlight made it taller than she really was, and even with the knuckle coupler, she still retained the buffers. It wasn't that pretty, but at least it was functional.
Yeah, it's a bit of a clusterfuck, to be honest. I prefer seeing her without all of that stuff. Girl, you don't need any makeup to be pretty. Just be yourself. That's what guys like. Just imagine without all of that junk, elegant lines, the simplicity. Just a very nice engine to look at.
Sadly, Pegler went on a second tour of the States, and even in Canada. But this was more along the lines of a money pit than a money maker. Things went so bad for Pegler's wallet that he had built up a debt of £132,000, and he was forced to leave 4472 behind while he returned home, being declared bankrupt in 1972. Scotsman was stored at the U.S. Army Sharp Depot in San Francisco, California, facing an uncertain future. But in 1973, another man stepped in.
Businessman Sir William McAlpine, or Concrete Bob, bought Flying Scotsman for £25,000, bringing her home via the Panama Canal. Having paid for her to be restored at Derby Works, she was sent for trials on the Paignton and Dartmouth Railway that summer, following by another excursion career.
Yeah.
thank you, Diego, Thank you, Digger, for showing
yeah.
us. And
So
thanks to
I know we
Christopher
already
Cuevas.
covered.
Yeah, give a credit to
So
Christopher Cuevas for showing us.
and Jim Vanderkolk. Credit to them. And that leaves us to when Scotsman went to Australia, right, Petey?
Yes, but we're going to talk about that later. This time, it's on a Sheldon 150 years. 150 years. This time, it's on a cavalry with on a cavalry because because Flying Scotsman with a Sheldon cavalcade. Why? Because okay, he was on a cavalcade on 1975. So yes, 75 was still there. So yes, but after that, Flying Scotsman was being participated in its 150th anniversary. And so yes, this is called Rocket 150. So yes, Rocket 150 is a best one for using it. And so yes, give me some more time. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. There it. Don't you worry because there's blind Scots. There it is. There it is. There it is. Here it is. Check this. Oh, sorry.
Very similar in visual lines to Green Arrow, but an extra pair of wheels at the front. This is a 462, whereas
it's just 1980. Is this a 1980 Rocket 100?
I think partly because of the racy look of the locomotive, you can feel it going quickly, even though it's only moving quite slowly, because it's such a beautifully graceful design. Also, its name commemorates top train from there is flying Scotch at 10 o'clock from King Kong. They're non-stop. The Flying Scotsman started by stopping places. It became a non-stop train with any type of locomotive has a corridor tender, so that the crew could change partway through the journey by passing through the tender from the carriages. At the back of the tender there's a sort of corridor connection which enables them to get into the train. You can see it there.
And so yes, this is how they done it. So, in years later, during the 1980s, in 1988, Flying Scotsman made a big trip down under. Diego, show us how Flying Scotsman goes to down under, my friend, and let's give a credit to them. How Flying Scotsman went down under to Australia.
In 1988, she went down under, as it were, shipped to Australia to participate in the Australian Steam 88 Festival, celebrating Australia's bicentenary or 200th anniversary, substituting for Mallard since she was running in the UK and just about to go out of service. During her trip in Australia, she got another record, the longest non-stop run of any steam locomotive in the world, travelling 422 miles between Parkes and Broken Hill on August the 8th, 1989.
While in Australia, 4472 even met up with an old frenemy, GWR locomotive number 4079, Pendennis Castle, which at one point was also owned by McAlpine. She eventually made it home to the UK in 1990, touring several heritage lines until 1992, when it was time for another major overhaul. But in order to raise funds, she was returned to BR condition. In 1996, she was sold
yes, he was totally returned to a BR condition. Thanks for credit to Curvers again.
Yeah, credit to Christopher Kovacs. I
yes.
mean, it's actually Jim.
Anyways, let's go back to the story.
It's actually Jim Vanderkolk's video.
In the years of the 1990s, Flying Scotsman was being repainted into BR livery. So yes, that's what happens in the 1960s. So right, maybe I could find one. It was still here in Llangollen Railway in North Wales. So yes, wait, wait, wait. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec. All right, wait. There is. Wait a. No, wait. There is.
This outstanding locomotive designer was to hold the office for 18 years and was responsible for the big engine policy, which was so much a feature of the railway.
This is in 1994. This is in 1996.
British A1 Pacific, later reclassified as A3, was introduced in 1922 for the Great Northern Railway. The third Scotsman was completed after and became one of the most famous steam locomotives of all time. Here on the Llangollen Railway, she provides the ultimate in driver experience.
And this is how Scotsman looks like, right? In the late 1990s, Flying Scotsman was being painted again into an apple green livery again. And also in 1999, he was being added with smoke deflectors on it. So the smoke deflectors is for using how the A3s were. So yes, by the turn of the century, Flying Scotsman was still using some smoke deflectors. So yeah, he's still using some smoke deflectors always. So yes. Anyways, because and so yes, this happens in 2004 when it was being brought up on the National Railway Museum in York. And happens in 2004. And in 2005, it was brought by the National Railway Museum. And however, in 2006, he was withdrawn from overhaul and has the longest extensive overhaul for, and also he was having a bigger overhaul. But happens in 2016, everything changed for Scotsman. And how would it happen? So on February 2016, Flying Scotsman was emerged from the National Railway Museum in York and looking rather strange, but wasn't. It was being painted into beer green livery, or as to say, Brunswick green livery. Yes. So, yes. And this is how, in February 25th, Flying Scotsman made its inaugural run from King's Cross to York Station. And so, yeah. This is in 2016. Yes. So the Flying Scotsman made a Hey JJ, you're late.
Hey, Mr.
Hey,
Flying
JJ.
Scotsman. Is that a
Yes.
freaking tiger?
It's
Yes.
my League of Super Engines.
Yes, this was
Boy, about dirty as hell. Look at that Flying Scotsman boy. Anyways, I'm releasing a video soon, or a video's releasing soon.
uh-huh.
Pibby
So
series is back. Let's go.
anyway. So the Flying Scotsman
Or a Pibby series I made at least.
yes.
So I might have to
Mm-hmm. So the Flying
go do
Scotsman
something.
yes.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, the Flying Scotsman, during the years, the Flying Scotsman may have historical trips and even visits to the Seven Valley Railway, even trip to the Settlement Carlisle Road many times. However, in 2023, Flying Scotsman had arrived from Edinburgh Waverley Station. It's to celebrate, yes, it's the 100th birthday of him because he was 100 years old right now. And also, it's now 100 years old because it was built 100 years ago because Flying Scotsman as a locomotive in the world and as the oldest locomotive in line. So yes, the Scotsman is still steaming to this day. And thanks to all the owners, the Scotsman has throughout the years and into the turn of the century. And now, Flying Scotsman was now a century-year old. Yes, it is. He's now officially 100 years old. And so, that's it. That's the history of the Flying Scotsman. And so, guys, you know this.
I'm back.
I'm a
I have a
Gordon's
dog.
brother was this Flying Scotsman.
Yeah.
Gordon has a
So
brother.
I thought
hopefully,
Gordon put on his word in
I hope
A1,
Flying
but
Scotsman
or
does return to America.
Flying Scotsman 3. By the way, I'm
Yeah.
making a video. So look at this. We have this disc 11. If you don't know what disc 11 is,
Yes.
basically,
Yeah.
if you played Minecraft and if you've been living under a rock and you've never played Minecraft, you're an idiot. I'm just kidding. I'll basically give you some.
Also,
read
guys,
this.
I also want to point out this, PD. I want to point out that in
dirty as
Forza
hell.
Horizon 4, I thought it was just going to be another diesel engine, but it turns out that they used Flying Scotsman.
Yes. Yes, it
Which,
is. Yes.
if you don't know what I'm
So
talking
does
about,
that
Flying
mean
Scotsman
Forza
was in
Horizon 4 is located
4.
in England because the Flying Scotsman's an English train?
Like, the steam effects. Look, there's Scotsman.
Yeah, we know.
Yes.
I can just imagine.
Listen to the whistle.
We know it's a default whistle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Also, they also made this. Somebody made this. Credit to
Right.
Landon's
I like
Animation
this.
Wheelhouse. Look.
Oh yeah.
Wait, this video of the Flying crashes, correct?
Yeah, like
Yes.
they added Polar Express sound effects for the coaches, but I don't know. And I like how the Polar Express sound effects for the coaches, but I don't know about.
Oh wait a minute! I have one big issue with this video. Why is the Flying Scotsman pulling American coaches?
Those aren't American.
They looked American at the first scene.
So yes. So give
Anyway,
a credit to them because
credit to them. Credit to them. All right. Look.
So let's get them.
Look. Then this
No,
happened.
we know it's the Scotsman. It crashes. We've seen the video before.
Sound effects on Flying Scotsman doesn't. It's the whistle. The puffing sound effects are okay, but the Polar Express whistle, like Flying Scotsman's a British steam locomotive, which I do understand it's trying to make more realistic. But look, Flying Scotsman's doing a real slip.
It's a cartoon. No.
Oh crap! Scotty, look out!
Yep.
Look out, Scotty!
Oh! Okay, let's just be thankful this is. Okay, I'm gonna pretend that it's just another LNERA 3 and not a Flying Scotsman. Oh my god!
Scotty's like, my rods.
It's funny because he can't talk and he has nothing. He has no power. Or it has power. I swear to God, I saw a Knuckleberry coupler. railroad. No, it's
Look,
Okay,
look! How is this possible?
it's a cartoon. What do you mean? How is it possible? Anything's possible in a cartoon. This poor dude, all he wanted to do was have a train ride, and this happened. Whoa! Bro, imagine you're just driving on the road, and then a giant ass railway car comes in front of your way, and boom! So how did it explode?
Like, what happened to?
There was nothing in like there was nothing.
Not just
There was no
happen.
fire inside the speaking. Wait, there was no fire inside the coach.
And
if you're
Scotsman was
wondering
numbered
how,
to 60103.
Right.
I
So
can't
that's
speak it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember,
Wait, what?
be
I
sure
didn't
to
even get to.
See you next time, guys.
subscribe to our
And
channel.
keep on steaming. And happy birthday, Scotty.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
Alright, before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more disco. Basically, disco is a cursed Minecraft, apparently, with a chip that was recently added. Just go watch a video about it. I can't explain it good, because the stream's literally about to end, and I don't have the balls to read the entire Wikipedia page on it. So goodbye, people.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't do any of those things, Minecraft Steve will be in your bed.